If you've ever tried to personalize hundreds of cold emails using AI, but you always end up with some robotic garbage that would never convert in a million years, then you're in the right place. My name is Liam and I've sent over 2 million cold emails across 15 clients, and today I'm going to walk you through what 99% of business owners are doing wrong to personalize and convert cold emails into clients. I always see the same thing time and time again of, oh, we feed it some basic information, basic instructions, and you expect it to give some unicorn prompt, but it never seems to work like that. And I also think the AI model makes a difference, when actually you guys just weren't taught properly on how to properly prompt it to make a research and generate the necessary information for leads and to write the correct converting line. So today I'm going to walk you through my process on how to personalize cold emails at bulk at scale across hundreds of thousands of leads. So with that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to begin by creating a general works. There's a couple of guidelines and it's pretty good for, I guess, today's standards for a cold email. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the thought process and also like the step-by-step on a template that I'm currently using for a lot of my emails. And it's just the initial first line for all of them, and it's super clean, super sleek, and universal. So let's get right into it. So here I have a set of 50 leads. These are super chill, super simple, and I just got them from the Clay database. If I go into add column here, and I just go into Clay, right? We're gonna begin by writing this general prompt and loading this up here. And if we come into generate, and we're just gonna click, I have my thing here. So this is gonna start talking. I want you to take the company's website and LinkedIn. What I want you to do is go and identify write a opening personalized first line for the company specifically. The email is going to begin with hi name, comma. What I need you to do is write or generate the personalized opening first line for the email for everything after the comma. And I want you to also ensure that it is only for that company. Okay, so this is the initial, I guess, setup, the initial prompt that we're kind of using now. And it's super chill. And this is the Clay meta prompter, and it just makes everything so much easier. And what I'm going to show you is even with this, it can be slightly difficult to squeeze out the correct output. You have all the necessary data inside here. I'm just going to turn some of this off, and what we're going to do is we're going to run 4.0 mini for all of them, and from here we're then just going to run the first 10. So the idea behind this is we obviously use 4.0 mini because it's like the best model across the board for pretty much every task. You can kind of you can argue that Gemini's in there, but generally across the board this is pretty good for most tasks. And as you can see, it's coming through and it's making it's a couple first lines, your innovative use of AI, blah blah blah. It's exciting to witness. By the way, if this is called an M dash, if anybody uses an M dash in a cold email, you're using AI. Don't use a fucking M dash. Congratulations on making the ink list for 2023 and 24. An impressive achievement that reflects your, oh god. So this is I admire. Please never start an email with I admire. It won't end well and no one's going to buy anything from you unless your offer is like the greatest thing ever and you're giving them money. I admire how our content stands out as premier multimedia content marketing, marketplace specifically tailored for the Hispanic market. I admire how Continuum, right. So what I do is I have an email here. It's just a pretty base template email, hi opener or hi name opener. And then what we're going to do is if I could show you methods to become linked with people/companies, XYZ, right? So we're going to control V this in here. So hi name, I admire how Target Continuing is bridging health education gaps through community outreach and innovative marketing strategies. So this is a lot better than a lot of the AI slop I see. And it's just so bad. Honestly, it's so terrible, some of it. So like, look at this. Like some of this is really bad. And the idea is to reduce the amount of edge cases that are really bad. Hi name, your innovative approach to viral marketing and crypto strategy positions the upper hand as a leader in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. This doesn't actually mean anything. It's a whole lot of buzzwords and it's a whole lot of stuff that, let's be honest, no one kind of cares about. So what we're going to do, we're going to come through here and we're just going to go Clay agent, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to generate. And what we're going to do this time, I'm going to pull this and we're going to get a summary before. I'm going to provide you with a company's website, their LinkedIn, and also their company name. What I want you to do is give me a summary of minimum 500 words about the company, who they target, where they're looking to grow, what markets they're looking to expand to. Additionally, very importantly, if you can find case studies of specific people and also attribute their specific revenues or how they help them grow. It doesn't have to be revenues. If we could find how they helped someone grow, that would be really helpful. Additionally, any kind of past history or achievements would be really useful in terms of this summary as well. So please make sure that that's included. And what I also need you to do is make sure to, or if you can, try to date certain things, because when you date them, we know what's most recent. So what we're trying to do is reference what is most recent in this specific use case. So the way this is going to work, so what's going to happen is it's going to do it all at once. There's something to do with the fact that I'm recording OBS, and then I'm also doing this. It's like bugging the hell out. But as you can see, we're making a very, very detailed prompt to make sure this kind of works. And as you can see, it's going to start going through and it's going to be generating the prompt. And this we should be doing initially before anything, literally before anything. So here we are. But as you can see, it gives it an initial setup of what to extract, validation and attribution, output and formatting. And what we're going to do is we're going to run this. We're going to run for the first 10. And what you're going to see is it's just going to output one big blob summary response that we're going to go through, and it's going to give us all the information necessary to create a first line. Included inside of this, we're going to also add the website and also the LinkedIn. There's a lot of things kind of like going at work here. And while this is, crunching away, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure to format the name as well. So one of the biggest issues I've seen in email when people are sending emails is the formatting of the name is pretty terrible. It's really, really bad. So this is, you can just take this, right? This is a prompt that I'm currently using to clean company names. Super, super awesome. Cleans them really well. So you'll be given a company name. For a company, your goal is to take down the company name and remove any irrelevant information like ltd.com, LLC, etc., or locations like institute or country indicators like UK, EU, etc., and format it properly. Remove any generic words in the names like solution, social media, scientific, etc. Shorten the name to 1 to 2 words. That should say words, not word. Only output the formatted name by itself, and you give it some examples. As you can see here, super cool. And what you do is, again, this is using the 4O mini model, and this will give us a formatted company name. So it doesn't like this one's okay. Like your glow ups, yeah. So it's not great. Also, this one here hasn't loaded because of just Clay being Clay. They got a bunch of funding, and now they're like too big for us. Who knows? Oh wow, this actually just straight up is not updating. I will be back when this is updated. Cool. So everything is loaded and ready now. And as you can see, the company overview and like the summary has shown up, and also the company short name. And if I come in here, so company overview, Pratt Marketing Agency, founded in 2009, Pratt blah blah blah, XYZ. There's a whole thing here. Like I'm not even gonna try to break this down, but as you can see, it's given us a pretty hefty breakdown of who they are, who they're looking to target, etc. And the way we're going to write this, so this is a template again that I've been using a lot. I'm just gonna walk you through how it kind of works. If I come into workspace, and then we have company complement, opener for email. Oh, not this one. We actually need the opener for email rougher, as weird as it sounds. I tried to use the AI meta prompter for this, and when I did, it just decided that the rougher one was a lot better. So the way this is going to work is I'm going to provide you with a website. Your goal is to map out this sentence with a personalized information from the company site. Plus, so we're gonna add plus. Here's the sentence I want you to map. So on your site, you help IC outcome. Avoid buzzwords, filler words, or adjective. Never have a full stop at the end. You are to keep it short and concise as possible. Here's the site, and here's the summary. Here, the way I know if an output is good is based off confidence score of the AI. So if the confidence score is high, that's a good sign that the AI is quite happy with the response. And if you prompted it right, then this is actually a good sign that what you do is also quite good and the response is good. So like, look, this medium one is probably pretty average, but like, so on your site, you help Burns Pest Elimination with revenue growth. So on your site, you help Brass Tap increase their franchise footprint. So on your site, you help Atrix AI add over 200,000 to their deal pipeline. So on your site, you help brands enhance visibility in the Hispanic market with quality SEO content. So the idea is, and I use saw on your site because it's very broad level. It gives them an understanding of where you came from and why you're basically reaching out. It's like, hi name, saw on your site XYZ. Watch. So if I take one of these outputs, if I come into this email template here, hi name, saw on your site you help DBAT network with a 271% membership growth and 106% revenue. And I figured this might be relevant. So obviously, when you take this, you can add on a little bit at the end. That is why I ask it not to finish off with a full stop, because when you ask it to finish with a full stop, you're limited by what you do inside of Instantly, Smartly, whatever these platforms you're using. So as you can tell here, I figured this might be relevant. If I could show you a method to become linked with people/companies like them without the usual outreach efforts, would that be of interest to you? So the idea is to have the opening personalized first line linked in with the second line here. And I figured this might be relevant. It's a very, very clean segue into the second half of the email when you're, well, I guess doing this. And it's like, would that be of interest to you? Great question. Would that be of interest to me? Probably. This is a pretty nifty email. Let's get another one. Or actually, let's look at this one here. Saw on your site, you help small to medium-sized businesses with improved digital marketing strategies. As you can tell, this isn't very good. You know, it's actually pretty bad. And this is why you base stuff off the high, medium, very high confidence score. Once it's high or even very high, you have a good chance of the email kind of making sense in that kind of segment of things. So look, if we take this, we do this, and I'm just going to put this in here. So on your site, you help Burns pest elimination with revenue growth, and I figured this might be relevant. You can say, I figured, and I thought this might be relevant. To each their own. You can do whatever you want, okay? No one's going to stop you to figure out how this works. Also, this is why when you work off the confidence score inside of Clay, you can then do this at scale. When you're sending to hundreds and thousands of people, that one edge case of 1 in 100 turns into an edge case that you're sending to thousands of people when you're sending to, let's say, 100,000 people. That's a big issue for an edge case. You cannot have that happen consistently over a mass scale, which is basically what we've been trying to figure out in-house. And this is the solution we came up with, which is the confidence score. So this is the general setup and the general gist. So far, you can tell that this will generate you more leads, more meetings, more responses across the board. And I've done every personalization trick you can possibly think of under the sun. Seriously, there's so many. And like, I mean this when I say that this is probably one of the easier parts of this, having AI do prompting. The more difficult bit is actually scaling this up to hundreds of thousands of people, reaching millions using just cold email, because you have so much to manage with domains and inboxes and a few other things that I don't even want to go into because there's so much. That being said, if that's something you're looking for, it's something we've spent years perfecting in-house across 15 clients, and we're basically reaching and emailing everybody across the globe you can think of right now. So there's a link in the description. It's just for an audit to see if we're a fit for each other. And it's just, look, if you're not interested, no worries, no pushing at all. I have tons of free content on this channel if you want to watch. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you now. Bye.